Hello, Yu-Gi-Oh players. It is your boy Ojami Garris, and today I wanted to showcase a idea I had. I wanted to start up another progression series for Yu-Gi-Oh. I thought it was really fun. My friend before hosted it, and it was really fun. But I just wanted to host my own progression series with a little bit of added twists, and essentially what a progression series is. If you've never heard of that before, I'm sure you have if you're a Yu-Gi-Oh player, but you'd use YugiohProDeck.com to then go to Pack Simulator, and then we would start with the first set of Yu-Gi-Oh, and you would just open your 24 or 36 or whatever we decide here, and then you'd be able to flip your cards and pull cards, and then save them to a collection. Which, if we go back to here, this is my collection, and you just build a deck out of your collection cards. Okay, so then my first idea is really spice it up. The first problem I saw with the progression, and this isn't slinging poop at anybody or slinging poop at my friend who was running the tournament before. This is just like my idea to make it a little bit more immersive and just like more strategic and more fun with like an economy. So that would be to have a card store up right here. And I built one as a proof of concept. And essentially, the tutorial is here to how to use it, and it uses your website's cookies. And essentially, how you would use this store is that you would just need to hop into a call with me, where I would have a ledger. I would have a ledger like Monopoly or something, where I would keep track of your previous currency, and then post your currency after you've whatevered, and then we would just like it would all be handled in-house for the store, which seems like it may cause some issues, but that's just my only solution so far. If there's any other ideas, feel free to leave me a comment down below. But essentially, what the issue I was having with the first issue I saw with progression is just having cards that are worthless you're never going to use. Like Biomage is a very normal card, and it has 1150 attack and 1000 defense. You pull two of them. It's worthless. You're never going to use it. Or another bigger instance would be getting multiples, more than 3 of a playset of cards. Those have no value because now you've pulled over 3. So the card store then provides you a burn mechanic. So then let me just reset my currency to 0. So let's say I want to burn 3 commons. You'd burn the cards, and then you'd get some currency, and then you just need to go to your collection and then delete those cards from your collection, or something along the lines of that. So you do that, you burn the cards up, and it doesn't seem like it's very effective for currency, but if you had like a bunch of bad secrets or ultras, like let's just burn one ultra rare. Let's burn it. We'll get 20. We get 20 currency here. And then also I added another button here for currency to be awarded to players. So boom. Like there, say like you went undefeated, and if you go undefeated, I award 1500 currency. Bang, you have that. Or if whatever reason you just needed to add or subtract currency, we just have this button here. So then the store, if you go down, you just go through here. We can look. We got Blue Eyes White Dragon, Dark Magician. This is all just conceptual. It's not really a locked-in idea. Like this isn't like the final result. So let's say, for instance, this is Legend of Blue Eyes card store. And you have Blue Eyes White Dragon is 50, Dark Magician is 50, Remove Trap is 10, Arm Ninja is 10. There's like a power differential. Like Arm Ninja, select one spell card of the field, destroy it. If the card's set, pick it up and see the card if its spell card is destroyed. So that's why it's 10. But if you want to 2-tribute Blue Eyes White Dragon, which would be really, really powerful in Legend of Blue Eyes, because 3K, besides Fissure, Darkhold, there's not or in Man-Eater Bug and stuff in Hain, there's not a huge amount of options to deal with Blue Eyes, and if you timed it right, you could really just drop it and swing for massive damage and really take control of a game. That's why it's 50. And then coming down here, like you have like crazy good cards, like 7 Tools of the Bandit. I feel like would be like a overpowered card in the progression series, because like you're only going to have a few trap cards that you're even going to play anyway. So 7 Tools of the Bandit would be super, super good to play against players. Change of Heart would be even stronger, obviously for obvious reasons. Dark Hole, same thing. Fissure is like a common or whatever, but it's still just a really good card, so it's 75. Hain, kind of a mid-range tier card. 35. Horn of Heaven, pretty good card. Man-Eater Bug, 100 Mirror Force, you know what I mean? Just having all the cards here that like OP, overpowered cards like Monster Reborn would be like insanely powerful, and Regeki would be insanely powerful. But then you have cards that deal with issues like certain spells or trap cards. Reaper of the Nightmare, Reaper of the Cards, and Armed Ninja, and Remove Trap would be like decent ways for you to counter playstyles without destroying the format by being too powerful. So like the reason why I put Armed Ninja in here, Remove Trap, and Reaper of the Cards so cheap is so that you'd have options to kill cards like one of the biggest issues we had in our progression series was burn because of chain energy and cards like chain energy. But if you could come back, you know, you saved a bit of your money because you didn't know quite what to buy or you're saving up and you bought a playset of Armed Ninja. Now you have 3 cards that help you play out of burn strategy, but it doesn't completely destroy that deck strategy if that's all somebody pulled. So just kind of that's the idea of the store here, because it adds a bit of economy, it adds a bit of a strategy. You know, you get rid of all these garbage cards that you feel like you're not cheated. Like, you know, you got there's players that pulled like 3 Witch of the Black Forest and 3 Sangins when I had only pulled 2 Sangins and no Witch of the Black Forest, so I felt a little cheated. And there's other people who probably looked at my decks that I pulled, certain strategies that I pulled, and they felt cheated as well. So it's just a way, you know, per set I could just update this pretty quickly. You know, it's just a GitHub site, so I can push and pull new code or whatever and swap cards in and out and stuff like that. But the other feature at the bottom here too that I have, just so you can remember it, so we can remember what cards you purchased and stuff like that, what to add, is I have its own collection, which again is saved to your cookies. So if I like reset the collection, then I bought a trap hole here. Did I have enough money? Yeah, because I bought a lot. So we could buy 10 trap holes, and then we could refresh the page. And we come back down here, it remembers that we have 9 trap holes, and we have this much currency left. So that's just kind of my store where it's built at. I could drop new cards in, put new tabs for each set and stuff like that. Plus that also use the store to have like things to buy. So then other ideas I had as well were, you know, powerful cards that require you to save up to buy, monitor the formats and how matches go, and see what would need to go on as options to out really annoying cards. I'm Ninja to be Chain Energy, for example. Searchable Sangin and Witch, but slower than MST, but doesn't make certain playstyles unplayable. Staples from older sets that would go on as the series went on. So like, let's say Man-Eater Bug, 20 sets from Legend of Blue Eyes, Man-Eater Bug is going to be completely worthless, so that I could drop everything down. Then you could have like power-ups, like options to buy a playset of a card you pulled instead of like purchasing 3 of Trap Hole. If you bought a Trap Hole, then you would have an option to purchase for a little bit cheaper just to finish a playset. And the reason why I wanted this specifically was because we ran into an issue with like combo cards needing 3 ofs to even be playable, and that was Thunder Dragon. For my buddy, he stopped playing because he did not want he only had 2 Thunder Dragon or 1 Thunder Dragon, and he didn't want to play anymore because he felt that bad. I just figured that this would be a way for me not have to update the store crazily. Like, have to update the store crazily with like a bunch of different cards and stuff like that. Like, but just have this power up. So if you want to buy a playset of something, like you pulled 1 Call the Haunted, but you wanted a playset of Call the Haunted, you got lucky and pulled MST and you wanted a playset of that. And if you saved up the money for this power up, feel free to use it. That's kind of the idea here. And then I said already, break down garbage cards for currency to buy things that you want or need, and other things that would encourage winning. Because like I want this currency to be a motivator for players to win because of the progression. Well, other thing I noticed is that there was it didn't feel good to win because you weren't getting a lot for it. But it came out that it was I don't know. It was super. It's whatever. You know what I mean? I'm just trying to make it more fun. So then, instead of just starting with Legend of Blue Eyes 2, it brings me to my next issue with the progression series. I think the way that was made, and I don't even think this is my buddy's fault. I think it's just the way the progressions is that you only were allowed to play with Legend of Blue Eyes, and that set sucked. It's very boring. Like, we could just open another pack here and just flip the cards up. There's no effects. Giant Soldier Stone, that's a really good card to pull, honestly, you know what I mean? Because it's a 2k defense monster, but like, look at this. There's a spell card. Equip only to a warrior monster. It gets 300 attack and defense. Whoop-de-freaking-do, bro. I pulled a bunch of 2 stars. Urabi's really good, actually, because it's almost as strong as the strongest 4-star that you could pull. Trial and Nightmare, really boring. Skull Servant, worthless. You know, look at all this garbage. From this pack, I could just get rid of all this garbage for like 8 currency. Then I'll go to the next pack. Flip it up. Boom. This is a really good pull, but this is a shitty rare. So, you know what I mean? Now I can go buy myself another card. You know, I can break all this stuff down except for maybe obviously Skull Redbird. Maybe keep the Silver Fang. Sandstone's worthless because it would be a good card if it wasn't a fucking 5-star tribute. And Flame Ghost is worthless because nobody's gonna be pulling polymerizations and stuff like that. So like it's kind of boring. The card, it was fun to figure the format out, but once we figured it out, it was super freaking boring. So that moves us on to my next thing, and that would be to have starter decks. You would have a choice between starter deck Kaiba and starter deck Yugi for you to start your decks off. And I'm going to play test with my buddy here to see which one's kind of stronger, because I kind of have a feeling that the Yugi is a lot stronger than the Kaiba, because Kaiba has this Lord D, Flute of Summoning Dragon, Blue Eyes combo, but you come down here, and it does have Lodge in the Mystical Genie of the Lamp as a 4-star 1800 beater, which would be really strong, plus a bunch of other like cards that like Judge Man's okay, you know, one tribute, 22 beater, etc. It's got Dark Hole, it's got Reborn, it's got a Fissure, it's got a Dispel, it's got Remove Trap, it's got Trap Hole, 2-pronged attack, Just Desserts is a nice burn damage card, you know what I mean? But we come on over here to the Yugi deck, and it's got Reverse Trap, which is really good, Trap Hole, Wabuku's really good. It's got Last Will. This would be OP later in the set. So maybe I could do like a starter deck Kaiba plus some cards, or maybe I'll make my own starter deck for everybody, or my own, maybe make these and then make my own starter decks that people can also choose from. That was my idea too, so that everybody kind of starts with a playable core. Because the Legend of Blue Eyes, there was like kids who were pulling Swords of Revealing Light, Dark Hole, Monster Reborn, Blue Eyes, Curse of Dragon, and then there's players who didn't pull a single tribute monster that was worth playing, and no power cards, and just like no fissures, nothing like that. So it was like a horrible experience for them. But this kind of starts everybody out. Like the idea here is that like, yes, it's a draft, but I want everybody to start off kind of on the same foot, so that like even if you don't pull super good, you're still getting a Monster Reborn, you're still getting Last Will, you're still getting Summon Skull, you're still getting Dark Hole, you're still getting Change of Hearts, etc., etc. And I only have a few more minutes for this video, so let's just kind of wrap it up as fast as I can. So then, bans and wins. So banning would pretty much be the same. So in our progression series, if you were at the bottom rungs of the Swiss tournament, you got to ban and limit cards, and then that would be the ban list moving forward. So then again, some of these cards that seem very strong are too strong. Like for instance, Change of Heart. If you're losing a Change of Heart, you don't like this card because you picked a Kaiba deck, you could ban Change of Heart. So maybe you're at a disadvantage, but now you're at an advantage because you're in a ban situation. So then you can ban Change of Heart and it doesn't really touch your deck whatsoever. That's kind of the idea there. Everyone would get points for participating every cycle, but more for winning. I like the different special rewards for first and second. That was like a really fun mechanic from the last time we were playing the progression series. That was super motivating and really fun for me specifically, was to win cards from the set to drag forward with you. Then I wanted to have other stuff that would be like money sinks for you to spend your money on if you didn't really know what to buy. So you can get like a loot box, free plays on a wheel, fortune for random things that you could buy and get like a daily spin. So I want to do like daily spins for everybody too, just so we have like more to do while we're waiting for the tournaments to finish up and stuff like that. I got some other things I'm thinking about, but this is all I got for the progression series so far. And I guess if you're whatever new, let me know. I'm going to try to get my friends together to try to start this up, because I think it would be really fun content to cover like a progression series and just make that this channel's content. You know, I would do like deck profiles of people's decks, the interview like the winners and what they're playing, what their thoughts are in the format. Plus then like also, I really liked the format and just discussing it with my friends and stuff like that, so we can discuss like is 2-pronged attack worth it? What situations would you play 2-prong? How much of this would you play? And then, you know, like there's a lot of nuance and stuff like that. It would be a fresh format, would be a lot of really rich content to talk about and just really go through the history of Yu-Gi-Oh! And then like walk it forward. I don't know. This is just like it was such a good time for me, and I really liked it. And I wish that it didn't fall apart the way it did, but it is what it is, and here we are. Things must die for new things to emerge. So you never know. This may be a better... Hopefully this works out. Hopefully I have time to do this. Hopefully we could really make this work, because this would be really fun if we got like 8 to 16 people and then just really did just nice coverage. And I could record games and put games up for you for between who, and then like the pairings could get put up all on the YouTube channel, and this entire YouTube channel could be nothing but progression, and that would be really, really fun. And I think the more I talk about it in this video, the more I want to do it. So if you like this, please leave a comment down below if you're interested. We'll link you up with the Discord or whatever maybe. But to my friends, if you're out there, I'm going to link this too. Please join up. This will be really fun. I think this will be a really good time. let me know what your thoughts are and what you want to see in a progression series. So thank you very much. Have a nice day, and please subscribe for more.